Hello, I'm Dr. Brandt Gibson, and for the last about 20 years, I've been working with peripheral neuropathy. I see hundreds of patients, and over this time of seeing hundreds of patients, I learned one big key. I'm not the key secret to managing peripheral neuropathy. In fact, in your particular case, in your peripheral neuropathy, the secret is you. Let me give you a little bit of background there. Peripheral neuropathy is a unique problem, but it's still a medical problem. It's still a medical issue. And if you have high blood pressure, yes, there's medication they can give you, but the key to managing your high blood pressure is you. You got to take your medications. You got to eat right. You've got to do the exercises and those kind of things you want to do. Peripheral neuropathy is even more this way than any other medical problem that I've met, that I've run into, that I've treated. Uh, you've got to do the pieces, because every single individual, every single person's peripheral neuropathy is unique. Your peripheral neuropathy is not like anybody else's. And because of that, you've got to be the one that manages it. You've got to find what the triggers are. You've got to find what things help it. You've got to find when you need certain treatments and so forth. So really what it comes down to is giving you those keys, giving you those pieces, giving you those processes to help you get through this. So what I'd like to do is go through really, really fast the 4 pieces that you need to do so that you can be the secret to managing your peripheral neuropathy. So let me switch the pages here quick. We won't go into peripheral neuropathy too much. I'll talk about that here at another time. But the key here is you managing your nerve health. Nerve health being managed by 4 keys, like these 4 pieces. And the 4 pieces of the puzzle are, number 1, understand your peripheral neuropathy personally. You need to understand your peripheral neuropathy. You need to understand basically what peripheral neuropathy is. I'll talk about that in a video tomorrow. But you also need to understand how your peripheral neuropathy is unique to you, how it's different than everybody else's. Number 2 is you need to figure out the ways to manage your peripheral neuropathy. You're going to need help. You may not know what you're doing. That's kind of why you're looking around, why you're trying to find people. And I can give you those tools. And that's one of the things that I can do as a doctor, as someone that's been studying peripheral neuropathy for over 20 years, is I can give you those tools so that you can manage your symptoms. But you're the one that has to recognize the symptoms and know which symptoms can be managed by what treatments. And so we give you these options, we give you those treatments, and we help you find the correlation between the symptom and the options for treating it. Number 3 is to control nerve damage. The secret, the piece of the puzzle that nobody ever addresses, or is very rarely addressed, I guess is probably a better way to say it. The piece of the puzzle that is rarely addressed is the continued nerve damage. If you don't stop the nerve damage, the treatments that are working will stop working. The reason, for example, that some of the medications fail so much is because they don't treat the cause. They're just treating the symptoms. You go on now, Neurontin, gabapentin, Lyrica, Cymbalta, amitriptyline, any of these medications, what you're treating is the symptoms. And so the nerve damage is continuing. So you're treating the symptoms, it works for a little while, and then it stops working, and you have to increase the dosage because there's more nerve damage. If you can stop the nerve damage, these medications will work a little bit better. The problem is they're still only treating symptoms. And so you have to have other treatments. And a lot of times I've found that you don't even need the medications if you're managing the symptoms and treating the nerve damage. And the last one is thrive. So the idea, peripheral neuropathy, to this point, I'm hoping that someday this will change, but right now we cannot heal peripheral neuropathy. That being said, a lot of times we can completely manage it in such a way that it doesn't interfere with your life. And that's where it comes down to number 4, where you're thriving, where you're living the extraordinary life that you want to live, that you're reaching your goals, living your dreams, enjoying that extraordinary life through managing the symptoms, controlling the nerve damage, and then having those other pieces of the puzzle, those other tools, those other arrows in your quiver that allow you to treat those breakthrough pain situations, breakthrough symptoms. You're saying, here's an activity that's really a trigger, but I love doing it. So what do I do so I can enjoy that activity? How do I make sure that when I'm with my kids in the backyard playing, that I can do it? Or when I get down on the floor with my grandkids, that I can get back up and it's not an issue? All of those pieces are part of that management, that treatment. The goal being that you understand your peripheral neuropathy to the point that you really can live an extraordinary life, that you don't have any of the limitations. Neuropathy commonly comes initially as a discomfort. This discomfort becomes bad enough that it becomes a distraction in your life. And the distraction becomes so bad that it becomes a disability. It keeps you from doing the things you want to do. Well, I'm Dr. Brandt Gibson, and the goal here is to help you understand you're the secret. Your knowledge, your understanding, you knowing what tools to use, and then having the ability to use them is the secret to manage your peripheral neuropathy. It's not a doctor. Truthfully, it's not even me. But my goal is to give you those tools, to give you those opportunities, to give you those things so that you can manage your peripheral neuropathy. Over the next 90 days, I'm going to be going live and I'm going to be sharing these tips, and I'm going to walk you through this whole process in a way, hopefully, that you can actually manage your peripheral neuropathy. You can actually do this. You're saying, okay, I want to get going a little bit faster than that. We do have an option. We do have a way that you can jump in. If you jump on our webinar, at theneuropathywebinar.com, you can actually get these tools even quicker than over these 90 days. And you'll actually have a more direct access so that I can help you say, okay, here's the little piece you need to tweak for you. Here's the little piece you need to tweak. Here's a little piece of the puzzle you can do to treat yourself, and so forth. Those are the secrets. Those are the things that we want to do, because the goal here, give you back your life so that you can reach your goals, live your dream, and enjoy an extraordinary life, even with peripheral neuropathy. Thank you for being here. I'm so excited. This is Neuropathy Nugget day 357. 357. Sorry, I forgot. This is Neuropathy Nugget day 357. But like I said, the next 90 days, we're going to be going through this whole process to try to help you have these tools. And we'd love to see you here every single day. Thank you. Have a great rest of your day.